Welcome to another Verbling class. Today, we're going to have a general discussion on the World Cup, especially the semifinals and how things have turned out so far. We'll get started in just a few minutes when students arrive. So if you have the Netherlands against Argentina, a few days ago we had Brazil against Germany. Some would say that Germany didn't do very well, but I'd say it's more that Germany was really on their game than Brazil didn't do very well. Germany has surprised a lot of people during this World Cup. Spain has also surprised people by only lasting 2 games. Hello, Christian.
Hi, how are you?
Good, thanks. Where are you from?
I'm from Brazil.
Why are you laughing when I say that?
I'm mad because Brazil is lost in World Cup.
Yeah. Now, this is kind of interesting. Would you say that Brazil lost or that Germany won?
Brazil said, I don't know, I don't understand, sorry.
Okay. Would you say that Brazil lost or that Germany won?
Brazil lost? No?
Well, yeah, both are true, but a lot of people have been saying that Brazil did very badly, and very few people have said that Germany did very well.
No. Brazil played bad.
And why do you say they played badly? What did they fail to do?
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I've been doing a lot of reading, and apparently nobody thought Germany would do that well.
Uh-huh.
But Germany has been surprising a lot of people.
Yes, the players, German's players is very good.
Yeah. So, kind of what I'm thinking is instead, it's not so much that Brazil didn't do well. I think it's also credit to the Germans for playing very well.
Yeah.
And that Brazil just wasn't ready for the German talent.
Yes.
Yeah, it's too bad because I was hoping for Brazil to win. It's too bad. So what do you think of the Netherlands and Argentina?
Um, I don't know. I think Argentina
Argentina is lost.
is lost.
Yes, lost.
All right, so apparently I've got both of you here. So Argentina is lost. Now the game is on right now, isn't it?
Will be lost.
Oh, Argentina lost.
Argentina lost.
Argentina lost now?
Oh, that's news. I didn't know that.
Oh, I can see.
Okay, so then it means the Netherlands and Germany will be in the final of the World Cup.
Uh, Germany is the champion. I believe.
Really? I didn't know. I didn't realize the final game was over already.
No, no problem. But the German players is the best.
Ah.
Mm.
Well, that's what some would say. The German players are the best. I want to see what Joseph thinks.
Hi, teacher. How are you?
I'm good, Joseph. Have you been following the World Cup?
Yes, I've been watching the games. And I also watched the game between Brazil and Germany.
Yeah, we were just talking about that. I asked the question before you arrived here. Did Brazil lose or did Germany win?
Yes, they play bad. They
Germany
are
did?
no, Brazil played very bad. That's not the team that I was used to see. They change too much. I don't know what happens. What happened?
Okay, so
But
my question is, why is everybody focused on Brazil losing instead of Germany winning? Why is the biggest story that Brazil lost instead of Germany won?
because Brazil always uh, win games.
They're very good, aren't they?
They don't play so bad like that day. Uh, I was used to see their games, and it was very bad that day. It is no, I don't think they play well at all. Maybe that's those the players. I don't know.
Because the lack of commitment. I know.
Well, I want to hear what Raphael has to say. I think there is a huge story in Germany. To me, Germany won this game. To say that Brazil was so bad that Germany was able to easily win, I don't think is completely true. I think that the Brazilian team was in a state of shock. They weren't prepared. They weren't working together.
Yes,
And the Germans very quickly attacked.
yeah.
And they kept attacking to the point where the Brazil team just didn't know what to do.
A fast attack is the easy attack.
Yeah. Lightning attack.
Yes.
I think we've heard that word before, like a blitzkrieg, which is German for lightning attack.
Brazilian teams sleeping.
Well, let's see what Raphael has to say. Raphael, also from Brazil. Hi, Raphael. How are you today?
Hello, Simon. Fine, thank you. And you?
Good, thanks. I must say, Raphael, that when I was watching the game a couple of days ago, I was in shock. The game moved far too quickly, and I thought, the first goal, I thought, well, okay, they've still got a chance. Second goal, ooh, okay, chance. Third, fourth, fifth, I'm going like, what the heck? I thought, no, and I turned it off after the first half. I thought, you know what, this is, it's over. So, Raphael, tell me, what are your thoughts?
And they stopped, and Germany stopped playing in the halftime because if they kept with their pace, it would be worse. Maybe 10 or 15 goals in the game. I don't know.
So you think that the Germans slowed down in the second half?
Yes, they had a lot of discussions after the game because they literally stopped playing after, and they didn't want to humiliate Brazil, I think, because they were well received here. They enjoyed the Brazilian. They in my opinion, and following their thoughts, they thought that Brazilians didn't deserve that loss, that massacre.
Well, I don't know, Raphael, but I think pretty well anybody would say a 7-1 loss in the semifinals of the World Cup is humiliating.
Yes, it's humiliating. It's a shame because we never, in history, no team has lost with this huge score. Just Brazil is a huge shame.
I wonder. Now, I'm not a huge sports guy, so maybe I'm wrong here, but do you think that they slowed down because they wanted to save their energy for the final game? Do you think
Probably.
they slowed down because they didn't want to risk any injuries?
Probably, but it was so easy. I don't think they would have problems in scoring more goals than saving energy. The game was already won. In the 30 minutes of the first half, they have already scored 5 goals. So it was after that it was just a training for them, I think.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Okay, guys, what do you think?
I read on the news that one player said that Germany scored 5 goals only in 6 minutes. It was very easy for Germany to score goals. I think it could be score more goals than 7.
It's possible.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Christiane and boyfriend, husband, or brother, I'm not sure who's with you there, but what do you guys think?
My husband.
Okay, I wasn't sure, and I didn't want to make the mistake of saying something wrong. So, Christiane and your husband, what do you think? Did Germany take it easy in the second half?
Yes, he go over there, but he think it was horrible. Rather not talk about.
No, and this all doesn't have to be about Germany and Brazil. When I said World Cup discussion, it can be about the lead up to the World Cup. It can be about expectations. It can be about the final game, which is Argentina and Germany.
Okay. For me to I don't. Sorry, I don't say.
Well, did you guys watch the game between Argentina and the Netherlands?
Netherlands.
Did you watch that game?
Yes. No, I see in my smartphone.
But you watched it?
Yes, 0-0.
0-0, but didn't it go into the final penalty round? Didn't Argentina? Yeah. Argentina beat the Netherlands on penalties.
Oh my gosh.
That's horrible, isn't it? What a way to lose in penalties.
Yes, I think Robben was playing so good, and Messi didn't appear in the game. I think Netherlands would win the game. Had to won the game
Mhm.
because they were better. They play better than Argentina. I think. What do you think? I don't know.
Well, unfortunately, I didn't watch that game. Raphael, what do you think? Did you catch the Argentinian game with the Netherlands?
Yes, I watched the game. In my opinion, it wasn't a good game because the both teams were more concentrated in defense. They hadn't gone properly to attack. They just concentrated in defense, not not being scored, not taking any goals.
Why?
Penalty.
I think because they respect their opponents. I think both teams respected their opponents. They were afraid of taking goals and didn't have time to get back. Didn't have time to recover. So that's one of the reasons that I think they respect their opponents, and not taking unnecessary risks.
So nobody wanted to lose the first goal.
Yes.
Yeah, because when you play at this level, sometimes you can win a game with just 1-0.
Exactly.
Yeah. Joseph,
Yes.
what do you think is going to happen in the final game, and when is the final game?
I don't like Argentina. I prefer to win the Netherlands.
Yeah, too late. Argentina's already won.
I prefer Brazil, but
Okay, let me change it a little bit. Which team would you like to see win that's going to be in the real World Cup? Final
Germany.
game.
Germany. Now Germany.
Yeah. What about you, Rafael?
Argentina no wins in Brazil, please. No.
So are you saying you want Germany?
Yes, Germany.
Rafael, and you?
Yes.
So Rafael wants Germany to win too.
No, not really.
You just said yes.
Different.
Well,
No,
you're
I'm
indifferent.
different. For me, there's no matter if Argentina wins the game, wins the championship. Considering that there is a huge rivalry between Brazil and Argentina, Brazilians hate Argentinian people, and not hate people, but in football there is a great rivalry between these two countries. So for Brazilians, it could be the worst thing is to see Argentina wins here. So, but for me, it's irrelevant. There's no problem. It would be nice if either Argentina or Germany wins a game. So
Interesting. I myself, who was hoping for Brazil to win, now also wish for Germany to win. It's not because I don't like Argentina, although strange, I've never had any Argentinian students in my class. It's because of, I guess, my heritage, where I'm from, being British, and that bit of rivalry with the Germans, and that proximity to Germany. There's a sense of brotherhood, I guess. And while I wanted Brazil to win, now that Brazil has succumbed, it's okay to root for Germany now. So, we shall see. What day is the game?
On Sunday.
Oh, what time? Oh, what time? Who knows? It's going to be prime watching time, isn't it?
it's 4 p.m. local time here.
Oh, I'm so watching that. Yeah, that'll be good to watch. So what happens after this game? When does the rebuilding start? When do we get back into focusing on the World Cup for 2018?
I don't know. I'm not really sure. I think the first stage of qualification starts in 2016. I think.
2016. Now, who were the winners this year? Obviously, we know that Germany has done well, but who would you say are the teams that surprised people, that did really well? Christiane.
For me, Very well.
What do you mean very well?
Germany, for me.
Okay, besides Germany, who else has done really well? Christian? All right, Joseph. Who has done really well this year?
I'm impressed by Costa Rica. Also Colombia.
Why?
I've never seen in the game in the World Cup Costa Rica. I think they made a lot of effort to go to the World Cup. I didn't expect they will get until almost the end of the game.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't expect that. And when they play against Netherlands, I think they do very well and they play very. They played very well against Netherlands. I never expect that they will reach to get until the penalties with this great team.
Okay. Well, let's talk about Costa Rica a little bit. Where is Costa Rica located?
Mm,
Anyone can answer this. Where is Costa Rica?
Central America.
Yeah, right in the center next to Panama. How big is the country in population? Anyone know?
I don't know.
Would you believe me if I said 55 million?
55?
Would you believe me if I said 55 million people?
No.
No. How about 4.5 million?
Maybe.
Yep, 4.5 million people. How many people live in Brazil?
200 million.
200
2
million.
About 200 million.
100 million.
Okay. So how many people live in Germany?
I don't know. Germany.
Around 80 million, I think.
About 1 million. I mean, Wiki right now, it's going to tell me that Germany has a population of 81.89 million, so very good. 82 million currently in Germany. So we have a country with only 4.5 million people that was able to put on such a great, respectful show with such a limited population.
Yes, I don't know how they do that.
It's remarkable. Canada, which is much bigger than that, doesn't even show up in the World Cup. Although I think it's safe to say that Canada is known for another sport, and it's not football, is it?
Yes.
What is Canada's sport?
Hockey?
Yes.
I don't know.
No, you're right. It's hockey. In fact, Canada is the Brazil of hockey. Well, Canada doesn't always win gold in international competitions. Everybody always expects them to. Just like Brazil, you guys are expected to always come in first, and when you're not in first, even if you come in second, it's a disappointment
Yeah.
because you're so good. I sometimes wonder if it's better to be a Costa Rican fan because you don't expect to win, so you enjoy every victory. And if you don't win, you come away with, well, you know what? That was a great year. We did well. Do you
Maybe.
think there's a lot of pressure being a Brazilian fan?
Neymar.
Yes.
Now is Neymar.
Neymar, he feels a lot of pressure, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Okay. Raphael, are you a huge sports fan?
No, I don't consider myself a huge sports fan. I like sports when depends on the sport, depends on the. I'm not a big fan of every sport.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it's normal. I'm a ordinary watcher.
You're kind of like me. If you've got important things to do, you'll get them done. But if an important game comes around, like a semifinal World Cup game, you're more than happy to sit down and enjoy it.
And because you're kind of forced, because everyone stopped to watch. The whole country stops to watch. So
Hey, if everybody watches, I have to watch too, right?
you're literally forced to watch the game.
Indeed. Well, you know what, guys? I remember I think it was this past winter in Sochi, Russia. And Canada was doing well, and in our final game for the gold medal, so if we lost, we got a silver, but in hockey, you can't come away with a silver. It has to be gold, otherwise you lose. And guess which team we were playing against?
Russia?
No,
USA.
not Russia. Yes, USA. Now,
But you
losing to
are
Russia is different than losing to the US.
not like brothers.
Well, it's not so much that. The Russians are a huge hockey country. They love hockey. Winning is everything. They have leagues. They are very good players. Everybody knows how to play hockey. So if you lose to the Russians, you know what? Hey, you lost to a great country, but everybody knows about it. And a Russian might say, if they lost, is damn, I wish we had a won, but you know what, Canada, you played a good game. Well, you know what Americans would say if they lost? So what? It's just hockey. They don't care. They don't have the passion for hockey. So when you lose to somebody that doesn't really care, it's, it just seems like a waste.
Yes.
So, losing to Sweden or losing to Russia, at least you feel like, you know what? They understand. They know what it feels like. When there's a hockey game on in the Olympics, everybody in Sweden is watching, or everybody in Russia is watching. Just like a football game in Brazil.
Yes.
So I watched that game, and very early on, Canada scored first. And we scored again, and it looked like, wow, we were going to easily win this.
In America is como golf.
Well, it depends. Basketball is very popular, especially at the college level.
Baseball.
Baseball is popular.
American football.
Because now I'm living in San Diego, in California.
Oh dear.
And here a lot of golf players golf, yes.
Yeah, so there's so many different sports to follow. So if we lose one, oh well, no big deal. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas in Brazil, if you lose football, it's not, oh well, is it? It's like, damn it, we lost.
Yeah.
Right?
Unbelievable.
That's a shame.
Yeah, it's more than a shame. Right? And that's it. So if you're Argentinian, Brazilian, German, um, Colombian, you
Yeah.
know what it feels like to lose, and so there's a great
Spain.
sense of respect.
Yes. Spain,
Spain, yes.
Barcelona, Real
What
Madrid.
what happened to Spain?
Uh, I don't know.
Yeah, that was horrible.
Horrible. Spain's horrible.
Well, no, Spain's such a good team. At least Brazil made it all the way to the semifinals. Spain was like, yeah,
Yeah.
next time.
But the Brazil team was too.
Yeah, but at least you made it to the semifinals. The Spanish team said, we just came for the beer.
For me, lost is okay, but 7 is.
It's a shame.
I know. Would you rather trade places with Spain?
Repeat, please.
Would you rather trade spaces or places with Spain?
No.
No. See? Raphael,
Yeah.
what happens in a country where football is the biggest sport? What happens after a loss like this? Do you have other sports to turn to, or do you just go, oh well, let's go watch a movie? What happens? I'm curious because I know in Canada, once hockey's over, it's, well, no, there's more hockey. Honestly, like once the World Cup is over, it's back to the NHL or there's the OHL. There's always hockey.
I think it's the same in Brazil. As you mentioned, the same way as hockey there in Canada, it's football here. So we don't have another impact. We don't have another sport which causes the same impact in society than football. So, as you mentioned, it's better to watch a movie. So, yeah, there's
Rafael,
nothing else.
where is from?
Sorry,
Rafael, where is from?
I'm from Rio,
From?
Rio de Janeiro,
Ah, okay.
and yes, there's nothing else to do. It's just the government is trying to invest a little more in sports due to the Olympics. They are taking over in 2 years. So volleyball is becoming important here because we have a great volleyball team, but it doesn't have the same impact than football.
No, and I heard the first time you guys put together a volleyball team, everybody wanted to kick the ball. Come on, that was funny, wasn't it? Yeah, well, the Olympics are in 2 years, right?
Yes.
And how's that going? How's the preparations for the Olympics?
Not so well. There was a lot of delayed constructions, a lot of delayed works, and there's only 2 years, and there are only 2 years, and there's so much work left to do. So it's going to be complicated.
Well, I think it was either China or Russia that they said, well, will they be ready in time? There's a lot of work, as you said, to be done. You usually hear that it's expensive. A lot of countries that have the Olympics find it very expensive.
Because it's expensive.
Yeah.
And I don't know. They, at least for me, they are not prepared to handle this preparation. Our authorities they don't know how to manage this preparation to the Olympics.
Interesting. Joseph, you've been very quiet.
Yes, I'm listening. I'm listening.
Well, I want to get you to talk. It's not just about listening.
Try.
All right, I'm going to have to ask you a direct question then. Speaking of sports, and a little bit away from the World Cup, we're going to stay on the Olympic theme for a little bit. But the Olympics for, I think, they're looking for a country for 2020, I believe, or 2022. Have you heard about how that's going? Joseph?
In my country, how it's that going?
Yeah, do you know how it's going?
No, I don't know too much about it.
Well,
But in
they're
my
saying
country,
they're the Olympics that nobody wants. Most of the countries have decided, no thanks, we don't want to host the Olympics.
I think that will be in Argentina. I'm not very sure about it.
Maybe. It's the Winter Olympics.
Yes, but in my country we don't have a good team to send to this Olympic game.
Mm-hmm.
We are very bad at soccer. I don't know.
Do you have any winter sports in your country?
Winter sport. No, only soccer, I think.
Okay. What about in Brazil? Are there any winter sports in the south?
Other sports in Brazil?
Yeah, because I know you guys get snow in the south, but I don't know if there's enough of a population to really have any winter sports.
Volleyball?
That's not a winter sport.
No.
Skiing, skating, hockey.
Yes, skate. I cannot say patins in Portuguese. I don't know.
But
Skates.
most of the population live in the north, right?
Yes, in Brazil I live in São Paulo, and São Paulo skate is popular in parks, but no beaches the same as San Diego.
What do you prefer, Sao Paulo or San Diego?
San Diego, of course.
Traffic's a lot better, isn't it?
Yes, yes. Los Angeles in California is the same as São Paulo. A lot of traffic, pollutions.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been to LA once. And when I got there, I thought, what, this is traffic? This is nothing.
Yeah.
You know, where I live in the city just to the south of me, rush hour starts at 10 o'clock in the morning. It's not all day long like Brazil, but it's horrible. I hate going down there because of the traffic.
Yeah.
So what brings you to San Diego?
Sorry?
What brings you to San Diego?
For study English, I need to speak English.
Well, that's effective. Yeah, that'll really help.
Yeah.
Have you been on Verbling for very long?
Yes, I study in the morning
Mm-hmm.
in English school here,
Mm-hmm.
and in the evening I watch the Verbling
Good.
for helping me.
Yeah, there's a lot of good classes. In 1 hour, I'm doing my academic English class.
This is the first time in Verbling.
Oh, really? Well, in 1 hour, or just over an hour, I have another class. It's called Oh no, it's actually called Describe What You See. Raphael, what do we do in Describe What You See?
You select some pictures, photos, and paintings, drawings, and you ask for students to describe with most details as possible. Trying to with most details as possible.
Yeah, to be very descriptive. So in this class, you guys are doing all the talking. I do very little talking. I'll help you with some pronunciation, but the main thing is that you get used to speaking. So if you get a chance, come back to my class in 1 hour. What I can do, because every teacher has this, is we have a little teacher page. Mm-hmm. And on our teacher page, we have the next 6 classes, and you can see what time they start. So you're on Pacific time, so it'll show you the next classes in your local time. Mm-hmm. So today's July the 10th, and 8 o'clock my time or 5 o'clock your time is when Describe What You See starts. Then tomorrow, I've got 2 classes. At 5 o'clock Pacific time, I have game class, and at 3 o'clock, I have a business marketing class.
Nice. I will see.
Excellent. All my classes are designed to get you guys speaking and to talk more. I focus less on grammar. Mm-hmm. I focus on speaking, pronunciation, and general conversation. Would you say that's correct, Joseph?
You help me in my pronunciation.
Yeah.
You explain me a lot of words that I couldn't pronounce at the end.
Yeah, so you're not just reading or discussing, you also help improving your pronunciation as well. Now,
in my case, I understand you, but I don't speak very fast and no vocabulary. Do you understand?
Yeah, I do. And you shouldn't try to speak fast. Okay. Speaking fast is something we do when we're with our friends, when we're happy and excited. But generally, in business, in most conversations, we don't speak fast.
Yeah.
If you speak at the speed I'm speaking, you're going to pronounce your words properly. Your enunciation is going to be better. Okay, so we want to focus on a slower speed and improve your pronunciation and provide you with more vocabulary. And that's really what's important. But we've gotten off the topic of the World Cup, and you're probably thinking, hey, I don't want to talk about Brazil. So I'm going to ask you this. I want predictions for the World Cup game between Germany and Argentina. Raphael, what will be the final score?
I think it's going to be 3-2.
3-2 for whom?
For the winner. I don't know. I don't know.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
I think Germany will win the game.
Okay. Germany 3-2. Okay, Joseph, who will win and what will be the score?
I think Germany will win the game because they play much better than Argentina, and the score will be 3-2.
You think Argentina will win?
No, Germany.
Oh, sorry, Germany.
Yes, Germany.
All right, so Christian.
Argentina 0 and Holanda 2.
Wow. All right, so I guess we need to let our Argentinian friends know that there's no sense in showing up. We all know they're going to lose.
I don't. At the end, if that is a good game, I will be very happy to see that. I don't like when both teams care each other. It is not a play that I enjoy. I
I
enjoy to
understand.
see a lot of goals, and if the games is like that, I think I'll be happy to see.
Well, I think 3-2 is a good number of goals. It keeps it interesting.
Yes, yes.
So I think Germany will win. I'm going to say 4 goals for Germany and 2 for Argentina. Oh no, wait, that was actually Netherlands and Argentina. So I'll say I'm going to say 4-1.
4-1.
No, 4-2. 4-2. I'm sorry. I'm going to go 4-2.
4-2. Okay. It's possible.
It's possible. We'll see. Well, that's Sunday. So, what do you guys have planned for the weekend? Do you have any plans, Raphael?
I will go to the bar watching the game.
All right, Raphael, thank you. So you're going to go to a sports bar.
Yes, in San Diego.
Okay, excellent. And Raphael?
Now I have a lot to do this weekend. I think I'm going to study, but I had other things to do to solve. Sometimes I watch some TV, watch the game afterwards, but I need to check my schedule, my appointments, make sure.
I understand. And Joseph, what are your plans like for the weekend?
On Sunday, I would stay at home to see how Argentina lose the game.
Very good.
Very good. Please repeat.
I will enjoy the goals
Yeah.
that Germany score against Argentina, and then I'll be celebrating if Argentina lose.
Okay. Well, you could also celebrate that Germany wins, so you can celebrate both that Argentina lost and that Germany won. It's 2-4 deal, right?
No, I don't like Germany also, but I don't like Argentina either. So I prefer Germany will win the game. But
Okay, well,
I don't celebrate because they win the game.
all right, so a little bit of negativity going on here. That's fair. I mean, sometimes, like when the World Series was on 20 years ago between the Toronto Blue Jays and the Atlanta Braves, a lot of people at the school were cheering on Toronto, not because they liked Toronto, but because they hated Atlanta.
Why?
True. I don't know. It's just a lot of people didn't like the Atlanta Braves. So, and of course, we won. Toronto, of course. It was Atlanta, so we easily beat them.
Mm-hmm.
And then next year we came back and said, you know what? We're going to beat Philadelphia as well, and we beat them as well. And then we haven't been back since. So that's interesting. Well, I'm going to try to relax this weekend. I get some back injections tomorrow.
Why?
Why?
Back
Would you
injection?
believe that I just enjoy pain and I like people sticking me with needles?
No, maybe you got some accident.
Yeah.
Or playing soccer, maybe.
No, not playing soccer or driving a car. So I get this once a month, and it makes me feel a little bit better. And then I think Sunday I've got to watch the game. some friends are coming over, but definitely have to watch the game.
You want Germany win the game?
I do. I have a great lot of respect for them, for the team. Law, who was criticized at the beginning, has really done a very good job of coaching that team. He has built that team up to a winner. So I really admire success stories like that, where somebody has come in, brought a team together, created a strategy, enacted the not enacted the strategy, but carried out the strategy. And if they win the whole thing, I think it would be a really great story. If they don't win the whole thing, I still think it's a success story, but one in perseverance that they actually made it as far as they did when nobody thought they would.
Mm.
But that's my weekend.
But you're right. They are a good team.
Yeah. They are, and I was amazed by the other day. I was kind of hoping the Netherlands would win, but you know, hey, Argentina won, and they did so quite effectively. I just hope that the World Cup won't be a defensive game.
Who is for you, teacher, the best soccer
team?
The best soccer.
Well, I would have to say that Spain and Brazil are the two best franchises. You just look at their history. You look at the number of victories. You look at how the whole nation is supportive of the sport.
Mm-hmm.
And when you have a whole nation supporting it, you're always going to have a strong performance or strong outing.
Mm-hmm.
To say that Brazil is the best, I think, is a little bit too naive. But to say they're one of the top teams, along with Spain, I think is quite acceptable.
Mm-hmm.
If they had won the other day, then it'd be easy to say they're the best team.
Mm-hmm.
The best team and the best player. Who is Neymar or Messi?
Yeah, that one I can't really answer too well. Because right now, the best person I've seen is not somebody who's been on the field, but the coach of the German team.
Okay.
We saw what happened in Brazil when the coaching fell apart. The team fell apart. So I think this year, it's really a story of coaching.
Okay.
Right.
You don't believe in only one player for winning the game.
No, I don't actually.
I think
you may have one player that plays a major role, but if you don't have a good goalie,
yes, I think it was the mistake of Brazil.
Yeah.
They only trust in only one player, and the others were too bad.
It's what the Americans call a Hail Mary. You put everything behind one play and hope it plays off or it works out. In teams like this or in games like this at this level, if all you have is one or two good players, you're going to find weaknesses very quickly. And the Germans, they saw the weakness and they went after it. You can have a really strong forward, but if you have a weak goalie and a weak defense, he can score 3 goals, but the other team might score 6 or 7, right? You can have a really good forward, both, not just one forward, you might have 2 or 3 really good forwards. But again, if you have a weak defense or goalie, let's face it, the goalie is one of the strongest players. But with such a large net, you need a good defensive team. In hockey, we have such a small net and a big person blocking it that, yeah, if you have a really good goalie, it can shut down the other team. In hockey, one player can really make the difference. But in football, with such a wide field, large net, you need everybody to be good. That's my thought. Well, guys, we're coming up to the end. I've got 3 classes back to back, so that means I can only go to 55 minutes. I will be back in 1 hour, as I mentioned, with a Describe What You See class. Not sure how many students will be there in that class. I'm noticing that during the World Cup, my classes aren't filling up nearly as quickly, for obvious reasons. So I hope to see you guys back in an hour, and I want to thank you each for coming to my class this evening.
Thank you, teacher.
Thank you, Simon.
You're very welcome, guys. Thank you and take care. We'll see you in an hour.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye
Bye.
now.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.